Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2024 and another part of the Ferrari Return to Glory career mode. Today we are back with the Monaco Grand Prix. Thank you very much for the incredible support on the series so far, and I do just want to give a little shout out to lots of people yesterday who got involved and were saying, don't listen to the comments, that sort of thing. And people saying that they really prefer how in-depth this series is compared to other ones. And actually, somebody burnt. Is it burn or burnt? I think it's burnt. Said, I don't care what others say, but I think you are by far the best F1 Manager player out there. Watched every series of yours, so thank you very much for all of those kind words last time. Really do appreciate them. And we will keep going with the full length races for now, including Monaco today, even though I was perhaps not even planning on that. We will go into that today. Quick public service announcement on this series though. This is the last daily episode of this series. We'll have episodes on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday going forward with this series, so 3 episodes a week. We'll start to try and squeeze 2 races into each episode, and that might be by simulating some qualifying sessions, simulating sprint races, that sort of thing, mainly to get to season 2 quicker, because that's where really this series starts, when we've got Lewis Hamilton in the team. As much as I love Carlos Sainz, and he is doing an incredible job this season, he, unfortunately is not the guy that is going to be in this car going forward. So, we have to, remember that and push on. But anyway, Carlos Sainz, speaking of which, did win the last race, and I am a bit suspicious that maybe it is because we changed it to standard race difficulty. So we are going to move it back to hard race difficulty today, because I'm not sure we should have won that race, in all honesty. I don't think we would have had it not been for the crazy virtual safety car late on. But regardless, we're gonna continue. I'm going to continue on. Now, let's just double check the warehouse. Do we need any more stock of anything? Probably this underfloor. And this chassis. Is that already in manufacturing? It is. We're going to give Charles Leclerc the new chassis. And underfloor-wise, yep, that is already going. Okay. That's fine. Let's push forward. More manufacturing complete. Let's just double check everything that's on the car. So chassis, that's sorted. Front wing is sorted. Rear wing is sorted. Side pods are sorted. We can get the other underfloor onto Sainz's car. Suspension sorted as well. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, we have got £2 million. Do we? No, I don't think we need to do anything at this stage. I think that's all looking pretty good, if I'm honest. Okay. Fine. One thing I do want to look at, though, is changing the gearbox of Charles Leclerc. Everything else looks okay for Charles. I have to swap the ERS there for Sainz. And we might as well change his gearbox as well. Hopefully it will not bring about a penalty. There's not really been any way to tell whether it's going to give you a penalty or not. We're going to say Charles is going to finish 4th. And we're going to say that Sainz is going to finish 6th. Okay, let's get into it then. Here we go.
Welcome Welcome along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsport, here in Monaco. Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And as the final round begins, what a season it's been.
There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Okay then, I will get on with practice, and I'll see you guys for the most important qualifying session of the year.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
Qualifying means everything around Monaco. With little chance of overtaking in the race, getting as far up the grid as possible and keeping the car intact is every driver's goal on this unforgiving circuit.
Karun, if we could perhaps talk about Lewis for a moment. How do you think he's feeling?
Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
And with that, let's get back onto the track.
Okay then, most important qualifying session of the year. We've got some very good setup satisfactions, very happy with that. Carlos Sainz in a great place as well. I think we can probably even improve on that. So we're going to give Carlos Sainz a new setup for qualifying, just decreasing the tow a little bit. So let's go into it and see how we get on. They're both in very, very different setups. But yeah, always enjoy Monaco qualifying. We're going to send them out there together. Hopefully we can get through.
How are the tires looking?
Without any traffic.
Coming up.
You can see Sainz going that little bit quicker than Charles over the lap, a 109.9 from Sainz. As we know, that should be more than enough to get him through. But yeah, Sainz just the happier of the two drivers this season, I think. It's fair to say. Yeah, we can't change anything else now. But yeah, I think that's what's given him the extra levels of performance out there. Leclerc very much in a bit of a rut right now. Sainz currently a 10th off Piastri. Verstappen slots in P6 at the moment. So McLaren looking fast. We're looking fast. Red Bull maybe a little bit off the pace, although with Perez being the quicker of the two, it would suggest that maybe Verstappen has a little bit more to offer. Stroll for Aston Martin is very much up there as well. Oh, we have a red flag. So is that Pierre Gasly that's had an issue out there? Yeah, well, the session was stopped regardless. I think Gasly crashed. I think he is out of qualifying. So into Q2 we go, and we'll go out there on some scrub soft tyres. Yep, that looks good. Let's get ourselves into Q2 then. And again,
Green light.
this time we're going to send out Leclerc first. And Sainz. And we're going out there with Sergio Perez. Once again, looking like we're not going to have too much to worry about here. But look at this, Charles Leclerc actually going purple this time, and he's going to come up to the line. And it's a 109.4. That's a brilliant lap time from him. And it's a 109.9 from Sainz, which is matching what he did in Q1. That is an incredible lap from Leclerc, though. He has hooked that up all right, hasn't he? Goodness me. What What a moment. Don't think we have to send Sainz out again, though. Well, I mean, McLaren looking quicker than Red Bull. Max Verstappen there in P4. But look at Leclerc's improvement. I mean, he went 7/10 quicker than what he managed in Q1. Sainz pretty much matched at what he did in Q1. So it's, yeah, a very tricky situation now. I think brand new tyres for both of them. Right, we want to send out Leclerc straight away, if we can, and then send out Sainz straight after. And there we go. Right, I'm going to zoom through the first lap. A little bit of traffic. And Sainz actually looking the quicker of the two then. Sainz is coming up to the line. Leclerc goes quickest with a 1:10.0, and there goes Sainz over the line with a 1:9.5. That's Sainz's quickest lap of the weekend so far.
Stay negative, please. And try to cool it down in the inlet.
I'm thinking Leclerc can probably get out there and do another timed lap. And maybe mess up a few others while he's at it. Verstappen has gone P3, so Sainz currently looking very, very good. But we know Leclerc has got a 1:09.4 in him. And he's out there now. Let's ride on board with him through this lap. Can he find the time he needs to? Oh, he's gone purple in Sector 1. Got an Aston Martin just up ahead. It's a good place to come across him, though, in the tunnel. There's a Red Bull coming up as well. And it is a purple Sector 2, so it's looking like Charles Leclerc is going to take pole off his teammate here. Here we come then, up to the line, DRS open. And Charles Leclerc heads up to the line. It's a 1:09.4. It was not the best final sector, but he has taken provisional pole for the moment, a 10th off his teammate. Right, let's get a new set of boots on for Leclerc. Going to send out Sainz now. Leclerc can follow them. Good turnaround for the team, for Leclerc to get 3 flying laps in Q3 is very impressive. Yeah, Sainz is probably a little bit close. To that Mercedes in front. Probably gonna ruin his lap, because Hamilton is nowhere near quick enough. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's an 18.6 first sector. It's an 18.1 for Leclerc, so he's not really done it either. It's his third sector that he could do it. Piastri's gone second, by the way. So a little look at sector times. Yeah, Sainz just unfortunately too close to Hamilton here. Let's ruin both their laps. Right, let's turn our attention then to Charles Leclerc. Can he go quicker in the middle sector? No, he can't. It's a long way off here. Here's Charles Leclerc. Sainz might as well come in. Oh, he's not though. Right, here we come then, up to the line. Can Charles Leclerc improve? No, he can't. It's only a 109.8, but it should be enough to take pole position here at Monaco. And it certainly is. And the most important qualifying session of the year has worked out very, very well for us there. And, yeah, well, we're in a good position here.
The streets of Monte Carlo are ready as the drivers now prepare for 78 laps around this historic track.
Monaco can hand out unpredictable results, just like in 1982, when 4 race leaders hit trouble. Riccardo Patrese eventually claimed the win after managing to restart his stalled car by himself with a downhill bump start.
Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy La Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Well, here we go then. Let's see how we get on in Monaco. I think the one stop is going to be the way to go. You know, 2 stops is going to be way too much to think about. Yeah, just sort of experimenting. I think we probably want to come in a little bit earlier to get that undercut. I think that's what we want to do. So we're going to come in lap 32 with Charles Leclerc, and with Sainz we can come out in lap 33. That seems fine to me. Okay, right. Let's get ourselves into it then. Yeah, just double checking those. Yeah, those strategies are right. Going to be aggressive at the start to try and build the gap to the cars behind, but we are starting in a very good position here. That's not what we wanted. We wanted that one. Yeah. Just double checking again. Nope, that's the one we wanted. Yeah. Okay, right. We are ready to rock and roll here. Let's get into the Monaco Grand Prix. Can we win another race?
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. The anticipation and excitement may be building up, but there's a cool head on Carlos Sainz.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. We're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Here we go then. It's going to be Carlos Sainz, lights out, away we go. It's Sainz versus Leclerc going into turn 1, and Sainz has jumped his teammate and he goes round the outside. Oh, who's going to win it? I think it's Carlos Sainz. Sainz has jumped his teammate into turn 1. Right, here we go then. Let's see if we can pull away from the guys behind. We get ahead of Piastri. Piastri's third at the moment, then Verstappen, and then Perez, then Norris is P6 at the moment. Stroll, then Alonso, then Hamilton, then Yuki Tsunoda. In general, yesterday, Leclerc was quicker than his teammate. In qualifying, that is. Obviously, in Imola, Sainz was very, very good in the race. But we are desperately trying to pull away from Oscar Piastri early on here. As the tyres have heated up, we are going to drop down now to...
No DRS, sorry.
And Charles, no lead stop.
just
needed.
aggressive. And, well, Verstappen has made it past Piastri. That could be crucial for this race. Sainz already building about a 2-second lead over Leclerc. Leclerc a good 2 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen as well. Back to standard now. But yeah, this is a very positive start, isn't it? And being that distance ahead of Verstappen, that's going to be very helpful. So Russell, mechanical fault there for him. That means he's going to be a lot slower than he currently is. Now Verstappen is closing in on Leclerc, so we need to put him onto neutral defend. And hopefully he can defend from his Max Verstappen, his big rival. Yeah, it definitely would appear that Sainz is the quicker Ferrari today. We have got yellow flags out there, and it's Kevin Magnussen. What's happened here? Let's have a look. It looks like it's just going into Sandevant as he locked up. Yep, he has. He made a little bit of contact with the wall. I think he's okay though. Just yellow flags. So yeah, Leclerc managing to stay ahead of Max Verstappen for now. Defending well. He could help his teammate out quite a bit here. Do we play the team game? We'll give it a couple of laps. And then we might go into always defend to allow Sainz to push on and build a gap. Because at this phase of the race, Max Verstappen very much looking the fastest out there. But he cannot get past Charles Leclerc. So zoom, zoom, zoom. Now Kevin Magnussen, he could cause a bit of an issue. Come on. Yeah, he is through. And yes, he has helped us a tiny bit there. Gives a bit of breathing room to Max Verstappen. Yeah, it's working quite well, isn't it? I think. Well, it looks like Leclerc is starting to just pull away from Max a little bit. It's just about to put him on always defend, but Verstappen now not looking like he's troubling Charles. Verstappen is on hard tyres, so he's on a different strategy to the rest of the guys out there. Now Norris and Perez, they're on much fresher tyres out there, so it looks like the strategy is very much different, you know, up and down the grid. Leclerc all of a sudden gets to within 2.5 of Carlos Sainz. We need to go balance now. Whoa, what's happened?
Red flag.
What's happened? How did Verstappen get past Leclerc? I'm not entirely sure what's happened here.
At turn 6. and ends up in
Oh, it was
I imagine their confidence
it
will
was
have taken a knock.
the Alpine. Now, what this does mean is that we will make our tyre changes now. Oh, this is very, very interesting. Now, that puts Max Verstappen and his strategy basically into smithereens, doesn't it? Yeah. But I don't know when Leclerc fell behind Max Verstappen.
Here we go once more. The track
But this is
ready, and so are the drivers.
this is a big moment.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
And well, Max Verstappen manages to stay ahead of Carlos
Copy.
of Charles Leclerc, and well, Max Verstappen with the soft tyres on, he is having a look here. And it's very interesting how he has changed strategy. Max Verstappen now into the lead
I'm trying.
of this race. That red flag has changed everything here.
Car behind is Charles.
Yeah, so there's no point in attacking here. Yeah, I think we just need to be sensible here. Because Max Verstappen is going to have to pit again. Now, will he get 20 seconds in front? I'm not sure. But he's only 4 seconds ahead at the moment. Yeah, just looking at those soft tyres, they will definitely not last the rest of the race. I suppose Max could be hoping for another safety car. If he's got that sort of lead, then he can come in, change, put the hard tyres on, and all will be good. Norris really pushing on his soft tyres as well. You can see Piastri and Perez, they've pushed hard on their hard tyres. I'm thinking, let's why don't we just push Sainz a little bit, get him away from Leclerc, and then do the same with Charles Leclerc in a couple of laps, and then we will be away from the McLaren. No, well, that's not worked out because now Leclerc's ended up behind Norris. That's really not worked out, has it?
Copy.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Yeah, copy.
And try to increase pushing status.
Yeah, Sainz only 5 seconds behind Max Verstappen, so I think it's working out pretty well so far. Yeah, Max is not pulling away 20 seconds on Carlos. Let's see then. DRS open. Can Leclerc get back past? Yes, he can. That's worked out well. And it needed to. And now he's more than a second ahead of Norris, so now just chill out a little bit. focus on maintaining that gap to Max Verstappen. Which seems to be working out very, very well for us. Yeah, as long as we stay within a pit stop of Max, then we will be back into the lead of this Grand Prix, back into a 1-2 position. Piastri, meanwhile, has overtaken his teammate. And I think he's going to be coming into the pits again as well. But yeah, this is working out fine. Let's zoom it forward a bit faster now. And 10 seconds is the gap between Sainz and Max Verstappen. I'm looking at Max's tyres and they are dropping off pretty quickly here. Got to be coming into the pits very, very shortly.
And there's been a slow pit stop.
Max has just made it all the way through that traffic there. And he comes into the pit lane now. And there you go. He goes on to another set of medium tyres. And okay, he's going to be quicker than Leclerc and Sainz, but he's got to try and make it past. Well, around Monaco, that's going to be very, very tricky. So we're going to keep zooming through until Max rocks up behind us. And here we go, right. So Leclerc.
Increase lift and coast.
Copy that.
In a very tricky position here.
Try to stay in front.
Sainz can go on to that now to try and build that gap up.
Yeah.
And again, I think his tyres should be fine here.
Work on your tires.
Well, Leclerc side by side with Max and just, yeah, wasn't able to stay in front. But goes into Raskas and is through and has DRS. And stays in front somehow. Somehow he did that. That signs up ahead. Yeah. I don't really want them to be this close. Leclerc looking quicker at this stage. We've still got 25 laps to go. Can he defend from Max Verstappen? He's looking pretty good. Yeah, maybe being within DRS range of Sainz is going to help here. Oh, Perez is out. What has happened to Perez? I don't know. We're not actually seeing Perez there, but he is out. He's retired from the race. Yeah, for some reason, Sainz just not quick here. But it's looking like it's going to work out pretty well if allowing Charles to stay in Sainz's DRS, and that will keep him ahead of Max Verstappen. That's the plan anyway. Max not really getting close. And he will eventually wear down those medium tyres. I think time to top up the ERS as well. So, let's zoom it through. And again, make it through another lap. Now it's through the traffic where we have vulnerability. Sainz now coming up behind, I presume, Daniel Ricciardo. I think it is anyway. Yeah. So we need to get past him quickly. But we'll give Sainz DRS this time. Yeah, that's worked out very well. Also now has a mechanical fault. Sainz has got to make it past this Haas car of Nico Hülkenberg, I think. Is it Hülkenberg or is it Magnussen again? To be lapped for a third time. Well, whoever it is, they're not letting us past easy. Right, there's 3 laps now, though. That was Kevin Magnussen. Okay, right. So, Charles needs to go into a bit of management on the fuel. Laps to go. We'll see where the fuel is when we get down to 10 laps. Leclerc under pressure here from Max Verstappen. But it's working out pretty well here. Verstappen very much the quickest guy out there. And he has a look. And he is through. Oh dear, right. Can Leclerc make it back past? Sainz now needs to push hard. Oh, Max's tyres, they're not great. They're not great at all. Yeah, it was just really one lapse moment from Charles Leclerc. That's cost him here. Oh, wow. Alonso's got a really bad mechanical fault now. Sainz pushing hard here. I don't think Charles can get back into this. He's going to have to give this one up. Can Sainz do a better job than Charles Leclerc of keeping Max Verstappen behind? 10 laps to go. I think Sainz is going to have to start conserving his fuel. Same with that Charles.
No DRS, no DRS for it.
Copy.
Once he gets it back to optimal, then we can get him back onto balance straight away. Managed to do that with Charles Leclerc. Oh, Max goes for it, and Max is through. And that was pretty much solely caused by conserving, I think. I mean, our tyres are also not great, but Max Verstappen has done it. He's got back into the lead. I don't think there's much we can fight with now. You know, if we attack on the tyres, they're just not going to last, and we might well get a puncture by the end of the race. So we just have to hope that Max Verstappen does exactly that. Over the next few laps. We'll make some sort of mistake. But we fought very, very hard. I think the red flag is ultimately what cost us in this race. Final lap now for Max Verstappen. And his tyres are fine. Now Leclerc a long, long way ahead of Lando Norris. And it is going to be our first double podium of the season. But Verstappen in the end was just too good. Just stayed glued to the back of our cars. Made his move. And didn't look back. But Max Verstappen, he comes round and he's going to finish in first here in Monaco. Now here comes Carlos Sainz. He's going to come over the line in second, continuing his great season so far.
And today's winner.
And there goes Leclerc over the line. He finishes third.
Thank you guys. Awesome job there.
Leclerc never really looked likely.
Okay, and checkered flag. And P3.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
You've done a good job overall. And P0, please. P0.
So there you go then. And, well, again, no Mercedes in the points. Hulkenberg manages to get into the points for Haas. Great result for them.
And among the drivers returning now is Charles Leclerc.
And third place sees them round off today with a trophy to mark the occasion.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
It gets even better for the team, with both drivers scoring a podium finish this weekend.
We'll certainly take that. Second and third. We weren't really expecting to be able to do that this weekend, but yeah, Verstappen took the risk being on the softs, got ahead on the first lap of the restart. Had he not managed to get ahead, his strategy just would not have worked. But he managed to build that 10-second gap, which meant he was only 5 or 6 seconds behind come the end on much fresher tyres.
Well, they'll be so proud to have had both drivers on the podium. They're certainly doing something right.
And thank you everyone for joining us this weekend here in Monaco.
For the next round, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
Okay, so we are heading to Canada for our next Grand Prix, my favourite circuit on the whole calendar. Max Verstappen still dominating the championship. He's a long way ahead of anybody else. Carlos Sainz moves up to third now, ahead of his good friend Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc remains in sixth place. Into the constructors then, and Ferrari in third. We're just 12 points behind McLaren. I think we can finish a second this season. We're starting to become a lot more consistent, which is good to see. Interestingly, RB go ahead of Mercedes. In terms of fastest pit stops, obviously, not many people did have pit stops today. So, yeah, very interesting. We had none because of the red flag. But we did at least hit our targets and made some profit at this race. Okay, there is Javier Marcos Padros going up to 85 now, which is very good to see. And that is where we are going to leave it for this episode. So if you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.